Hey everyone, this is Jim, producer of the Around the House Show podcast. If you're listening right now, you already know we bring you the best tips, tricks, and expert advice to fix, upgrade, and maintain everything in your home without the headaches or the huge bills. But if you're catching us on the radio or borrowing a friend's phone, you're missing out on new episodes dropping straight to your device every week. So do yourself a favor, hit pause for just a second, grab your phone, and subscribe to Around the House Show on your favorite podcast player. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, or wherever you listen. It's completely free, and you'll never miss an episode again. Thanks for supporting the show. Now let's get back to making your house work for you. From coast to coast, it's the nation's #1 home improvement radio show and podcast with certified kitchen designer Eric G and co-host John Dudley, a former contractor and online technology expert, delivering real fixes, smart tech, and trusted advice. Remodels, repairs, energy savings, smart homes, DIY. We've got your answers. It's Around the House. Dive in and get inspired.
Welcome to the Around the House Show, your trusted source for everything about your home. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Eric G. John Dudley. Good to see you again, my friend. It's been a bit now.
Yeah, brother. You've been out running around riding roller coasters with a busted shoulder.
True. I tell you what.
We're supposed to get smarter as we get older, my friend. And neither of us
that are not capable.
Neither of us really have.
It's once that comedian that said I had the right to remain silent. I just didn't have the ability.
Yeah.
You know, I can relate to that. Brother, I tell you what, it was so much fun. Orlando is a haul from the Pacific Northwest. 5.5 hour flight down there, 6.5 flight back for a direct flight. It just takes a bit to get down there. And it's Orlando too. And no shade to my Orlando friends out there, but that city is not designed to throw 150,000 builders on top of all the tourists.
That's a recipe for high density clustered.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But I tell you what, I want to share my trip when I got down there. We get down there, had a good time. I went and decided to spend half my life savings and went to Disney. Had fun, like you said, rode some roller coasters, walked to Disney World's Magic Kingdom, walked over to Tomorrowland and went, all right, doctor said I could technically do this. Let's go ride Space Mountain. Started out heavy.
Oh, man.
It was good. Didn't hurt anything. Just rode it. Here's the thing. It's a single car coaster. My arm is in such a sling that's strapped to my body. I could probably take off in a rocket and not hurt it, but I can't lift my arm over my head though. So it's like, there's nothing to bump up against. So it was pretty easy when it goes to that.
Yeah.
And it was fun cruising around there. It was two things I didn't think about it being President's Day weekend, Valentine's Day weekend. So it was a busy weekend for Disney. I had a blast. I had dinner at Epcot, cruised over there. And then the next day we started out over there and had a lot of fun over at, the Hollywood Studios or their Hollywood area that they have, which is their California adventure kind of thing over there. So that wasn't too bad. The Star Wars ride is technology that is so new for Disney over there because they think about this, Johnny. This is a roller coaster kind of thing without a track.
Yeah.
So they came up with these boxes you can probably put 16 or 20 people in. They're like these little cars, and there's 6 or 8 of them cruising around at high speed, and they're all autonomous. So they're on wheels, and they're spinning around, moving you up and down. It's almost like that old Star Tours ride, but you're cruising around in that box and it's open.
Yeah. The scrambler without arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy. No, super crazy. Those photos were insane. Just the scale of that was insane.
Yeah, that room is probably 100 feet by 60 feet tall. And there's 50 stormtroopers in there. And it's just insane. They do a great job with that. And that was cool stuff. And
considering there was 50 stormtroopers, you're lucky you made it out.
I know, it was tough. It was tough. I only had one arm, so I felt like Luke Skywalker missing a hand.
He did lose, didn't he lose? Yeah, he lost an arm.
See, taking you back to your childhood. So that was awesome. Then we took a break. We did 2 days of Disney and did that as heavy as we could. And then The next day, we decided to go full Florida and went and watched the Daytona 500.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, dude, that is a bucket list thing that I think everybody should do.
Yeah.
I love race cars. Elisa, she loves race cars. So it was good. But, you know, I paid the extra $100 so we could get down there on the start finish line, walk around by the pits. You could sign the start finish line. There's a Miranda Lambert concert. So it was for $100. It was total jam-packed value for that because you could.
That's crazy cheap. Like in my head, that seems crazy considering
what Disney costs.
What Disney costs, what a concert costs nowadays, and lifetime event like that.
Super Bowl motorsports.
It's American history, and for $100, dude, that's crazy. I mean,
that's crazy. And so you blow that at Starbucks. Having a good time, talking to people. I'm seeing sports stars. We're seeing everybody down there. I'm like, oh my gosh, and it was cool, and that was a lot of fun. But the amazing part was the national anthem. They had somebody from the U.S. Air Force Band singing. And then we had a flyby and air show from the Thunderbirds flying at 100 feet over you. It's probably 500 feet, but just blasting through there.
Yeah.
And they would trick you because they'd come up behind you and right over the top of you. You know, it was crazy. Yeah, that was nuts. And a lot of fun. The most moving thing was when they do that, they do the whole national anthem and then they come flying over with the smoke coming out the back right over your head. And that was cool. The most touching part of it was on lap 3. It was the 25th anniversary of Dale Earnhardt dying there.
Oh, wow.
So it was a moment of silence. Everybody holds 3 fingers up in the air on lap 3. Yeah. And you just heard engines. There was not, out of the 150,000 people there was not a word spoken for a lap.
Yeah.
You hear moments of silence. There's somebody running around.
I got goosebumps. Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah, it was touching. And I'm like, and again, I'm not the biggest NASCAR guy, but I knew what he is to that sport. And it was it was a full lap of chill moments. And all you hear is cars. And you could have heard a pin drop even with that because there was not one single person anywhere saying a word. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, wow. That's powerful.
So super powerful. One of the most powerful moments of a moment of silence I've ever seen. I was just like, oh, wow, we have everybody on the same page for once. That's crazy. And then, you know, it's row 8. So every wreck on the front stretch happened right in front of us because we were like 40 yards past the start finish line. So everybody vying for that. The carnage came right in front of us.
That's cool. That's super cool. Yeah. But at the same time, you're like, man, I'd hate to eat a fender to the cheek.
There's that fence is, you know, multiple layers of cable and everything else. But there was one time where we couldn't see 2 rows in front of us. It was like we were stuck in a burning building. And there was little, like when you have a fire with, let's say you got some papers or cardboard and there's those little pieces that float around, almost like you're in the upside down world in Stranger Things. There was so much of that smoke that all those things were floating around and there was rubber in the air. And it was just the most toxic smell. And you're like, wow, that just happened right there in front of me. So it was wild.
Yeah, that's intensity at its highest.
Yeah, 200 miles an hour and somebody's hitting the wall in front of you at 8 rows ahead of you. So it was pretty cool. And then afterwards, it made the race go a little earlier. And then all of a sudden we sat there and had the biggest thunderstorm. It was awesome. It was cool. Nice. And then, of course, what do? We ended up going to Waffle House on the way home to ride the storm out because the freeway was doing 10 miles an hour.
It's required.
That's the NASCAR experience. That is the NASCAR experience. I tell you what. I want to talk about here in our next segment. Man, we just blasted through 3 days of stuff right there quickly for me. But guys, this is a home improvement show. And we're going to talk about here some of the stuff that I saw that was groundbreaking at the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show, or what we call Design and Construction Week. Because I tell you what, the technology there and the cool stuff for your home was probably, I think it was the best show I've seen as far as just leaps in wellness, safety, cool stuff that you never think of. And you're like, why are we doing this now?
Yeah, I got the cheat sheet. You already told me a couple of them, and I was just mind blown. Like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. And we have got...
It's only going to get more insane, right? Now, creation with AI, even in any kind of product production, is going to move so rapidly and be so intense. It's, dude, in 5 years, it's going to be crazy, the stuff we have. Like,
if you want to find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com. Around the House, we'll be right back. Don't change that dial.
Hey, Portland, Oregon. Don't forget to come visit Eric G at the Spring Home and Garden Show, March 1st at noon. He will see you there. Make sure you stop in and say hello. The Around the House Show will be right back.
It's Eric G from Around the House. Quick favor. If you're enjoying the show, the absolute best way you can support us is by leaving a quick review on your favorite podcast player. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever you're listening to. It literally takes 30 seconds. And here's why it matters so much to us. Those reviews help new listeners discover the podcast. Tell the algorithms we're worth recommending and give us the feedback we need to bring you even better episodes. More of the topics you love and guests that actually move the needle for you. That helps us help you. It's as simple as that. So if the show's been useful, funny, or just made your day a little better, pop over right now, drop a star rating and a couple of sentences. We'll be genuinely grateful. Thanks for being a part of the Around the House crew, and let's keep that conversation going.
Quick question. How long does it take you to put together a contractor estimate? If it's more than 5 minutes, you're probably losing jobs to whoever gets there first. We built Instabid after losing a $13,000 job because my quote was too slow. Now I generate a professional PDF estimate, real Home Depot pricing, real labor costs for your zip code in under 5 minutes. Painters, roofers, all the trades. Try it free at instabid.pro. Use code ATH50 for 50% off your first month. That's instabid.pro, code ATH50.
Welcome back to the Around the House Show, your trusted source for everything about your home. I'm Eric G, and we're sitting here, Johnny Dudley and I, we're sitting here talking about now, the stuff we saw at Design and Construction Week. Johnny, this in Orlando, Florida, is about 2 million square feet of the craziest stuff for manufacturers. I mean, you walk into the Kohler booth as an example, brother, and you cruise in there. There's probably, I don't know, it's like half the size of a Home Depot store, it seems. And
right.
They set this up on a trade show floor, and there's a pond that has like black polished marble river rocks in it, and it's pulling water into the shower system that's going back into it. I mean, jeez. It is next level. I don't know how many millions, 4, 5, 6 million they spend on this thing for a 3-day show. They have DJs going and all of that.
Yeah, not the home shows we used to have 25 years ago with AstroTurf.
This is not a table.
AstroTurf and a vinyl banner.
Yep. This is not this at all. At all. So this was one of the things that kind of shocked me. Kohler came out with this, and there's been other companies kind of talking about it as like, ooh, what if we did it? Kohler did it. They came out with the Dakota. Now this is DEKODA, Dakota. And for $600, this snaps on the ring around the rim of your toilet, right where your toilet seat sits down. And this is a health tracking product that decodes your body signals from the comfort and privacy of the bathroom.
Again, I got the cheat sheet, right? You brought this up earlier, and the minute you said Kohler has this thing, I was like, oh no, this is going to be poop analysis.
Yes, it is. And it unlocks insights on gut health, hydration, blood detection in the bowl. And so basically, it is to help you to build habits for living better and healthier.
This is so crazy they can do that, dude.
So this snaps over the top, battery powered, so you can put it on just about any toilet out there. And they've got a membership thing where you can put multiple people on it. as far as if you've got 2, 3 people in the household, they can all do it.
Yeah.
So basically there's a little sensor you put on the wall wherever you want it to be. Put your fingerprint on there, it reads the fingerprint, so it knows who it is. And then it just simply sits there and reads as you use the bathroom.
That's crazy.
So,
I mean, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And again, like this kind of tech going forward, like the stuff we're going to start seeing is insane. I mean, that alone is just, that one blew my mind. Of all the things you told me about, that one just like floored me. Like,
yeah.
wow.
So they've got insights, trends, all the data goes on your app. It's $70 a year for a single user. And if you have a big family, you can do $130 a year for the family plan.
Wow.
And each person has their own stuff. It tells you how hydrated you are. Hey, you better go drink something. Better go have some lemonade or a water. Yeah. And so it will send you, it goes in the app. There's an app for the Apple Store or Google Play, whichever you use. And it's all Wi-Fi enabled. So it is so simple. And it's under the new kohlerhealth.com. And I was impressed. Impressed.
Yeah, that's beyond impressive. That's just like, my mind is blown by that still. Although I do have a fear that if I put my fingerprint on, it would probably just error out.
It would just go,
It'd be like, don't bother, dude.
Lord, call it. It just comes up flashing, call 911, right? Just goes, call 911. I can't help you here.
First alert, fallen, can't get up.
Exactly. That would be it. But super cool tech. I love it. For people out there that, for instance, have kidney stones or things like that, where it's going, hey, dude, you better, ma'am, you better drink some more fluids.
Yep.
Super smart. So thought that was cool and not crazy expensive. That isn't thousands of dollars, right?
What a brilliant plan. I mean, to make it affordable on a yearly basis like that for an entire family, it's super, super, super smart. Good job.
Adam, this isn't the Kohler show. And again, none of these things are sponsored here, but the other thing they had was a shower system that would reuse some of the water onto another shower head. So you could get in the shower, clean yourself up. And if you wanted to just sit there and relax in the shower and not worry about that $400 water bill for some people, you switch it over to recycle, and there's a filter down by there's a bigger trough kind of where your normal drain would be. And there's a micro filter down there, and it will fill that up, and it will pump the water out of that and go in a loop like you were in a bathtub, for instance. Some people are like, oh, that's gross. I'm like, well, you take a bath, don't you? You're in the same water taking the bath.
Yeah, you're just sitting in your own thing.
It's what it is. So, it's not that big a deal. But for people that are in, expensive water areas like down in Orlando, all it was wildfires and drought. Yeah. And they're going through that.
California, another great example.
Yeah. So you could actually be able to sit in that shower and enjoy yourself. So I think the way to do that would be to get yourself cleaned up, get the soap off you, sit there and, run the recycle thing on there, enjoy the warm water, and then go through and turn it back over to the fresh washer again. Give yourself a nice little quick rinse off. Off you go.
Yeah.
And then it self-cleans the other cycle. It uses special, I don't know if it's ionized water or whatever, that cleans the system every so many times automatically. And it's all through the touch thing. And I'm like, smart.
Super smart.
So
super smart. As long as I'm not using your recycled water, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, see, I don't want to be grabbing them from the toilet, right?
As long as it's my own recycled water, I'm good with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm cool with that. The other thing that was interesting out there was a guy that came up, and let me get his name here while we're talking, because it was so cool. You know how we all use these crazy, multi-tool blades, like your fine tool, that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
I love that tool because it is so fun to use for projects. You can sand, you can cut. What was cool was, and I thought about this that was so awesome, is this guy has made a sharpener, because you can work on a project and throw $25 worth of blades away, right?
Yeah, and they're not cheap. Yeah.
No, they kill you.
And usually the use case is fine finish work. Like it's not like a skill saw blade where you just, it's a little dull, but I'll make it through this 2x4, even if there's burn marks. Like they've got to be sharp and they've got to be nice.
all it takes is for you to like nick that one little finish nail that you were trying to work around, and you find that other finish nail.
And it's dead.
And it's done, right?
Yep.
So this is Tiger Teeth blades, and I met with James Diamond. Totally cool dude, founder. And so he makes these for that and for Sawzall blades as well.
Oh, nice.
And so you can go through and sharpen them. And now he's going to be making blades that have extra material on them. Because when you buy like any of the store-bought, whether it's DeWalt, Milwaukee, or Diablo, or any of those brand names, they only have just a little bit of that carbide on there. Well, he's going to be making, so you got like 3/4 of the material. So you'll be able to buy those blades and get, 50x life out of them. I don't know, how, depending on how you use them, but and it's just this little box that's got all these little blades that spin on it, and you can run it off a power tool battery or drill or whatever. So if you're a flooring guy going around, man, you can just touch that up and hit it with the thing real quick and just keep going.
That's super.
I mean, so brilliant.
What's the price on something like that? I mean,
it's like a couple $100.
Yeah, and you're saving like what?
Blades,
I mean, yeah. I was gonna say you'll save that in less than 30 days if you're working every day.
Absolutely. Now, when we come back, I want to talk real quick about some of the appliance things that were different. And this is some cool stuff that's going to be, you didn't think you needed. We'll be talking about that when Around the House returns. If you want to find out more about us, head over to our website, aroundthehouseonline.com. Make sure you follow us on social media. We'll be right back after these important messages. Don't change that dial.
Let's sound that fan that keeps us breathing.
Hey folks, Jim here, producer of Around the House Show. You're loving the audio tips right now, but here's something new. Our full-length episodes and expert interviews are now on YouTube as video, so you can watch the demos, tool close-ups, and guest interviews, or just hit play and listen like a regular podcast. Just search Around the House Show on YouTube, hit that red subscribe button, and turn on notifications. It's free, and you'll get the best of both worlds, visual how-tos when you want them, audio when you're on the go. Don't forget to subscribe on your podcast app too. Thanks. And now back to the show. Hey everyone, this is Jim, producer of the Around the House Show podcast. If you're listening right now, you already know we bring you the best tips, tricks, and expert advice to fix, upgrade, and maintain everything in your home without the headaches or the huge bills. But if you're catching us on the radio or borrowing a friend's phone, you're missing out on new episodes dropping straight to your device every week. So do yourself a favor, hit pause for just a second, grab your phone, and subscribe to Around the House Show on your favorite podcast player. Whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, or wherever you listen. It's completely free, and you'll never miss an episode again. Thanks for supporting the show. Now let's get back to making your house work for you.
Welcome back to the Around the House Show, your trusted source for everything about your home. I'm Eric G, and John Dudley and I are sitting here giving you a quick wrap. We'll do a little bit deeper dive into this later. But I tell you what, saw some great stuff at Design and Construction Week. Design and Construction Week is kind of two shows combined. It's the Kitchen and Bath Industry Show and the International Builder Show. And, we get 150,000 contractors, designers, and everybody else in there in the trades, and you get to be an interesting group. Before we went out to break, we didn't get into this last segment. I want to talk a little bit of some of the appliance stuff coming out there. LG did some cool stuff, and their higher-end SKS. They started adding LED full light panels to the back of dishwashers. So when you open the dishwasher, you can actually see if those dishes are dirty versus pulling it out going, oh, I guess I didn't run them. And how many times do we see that? They do the same thing for ovens, too. So in the back of the range, you don't just have a light bulb. The whole back is a light panel.
Huh.
So that was kind of cool.
That is cool.
So a lot of access like that. And we were teasing before we went out to break. You walk in the Toto booth and you go, wow, there's a $26,000 toilet or a $30,000 rocket ship bidet toilet. But I tell you what, the guys at Brondell, now this is a Mark Cuban company, so he kind of knows what he's doing with business. So it grabs your attention a little bit. They came out with a $2,500 version of that toilet. Now it has what I call the marriage saver feature.
Here we go.
Here we go. There is a little button on the front of it, and you kick it and it raises and lowers the toilet seat.
Really?
Nobody has to touch anything. You kick the button, toilet seat raises, kick the button, toilet seat goes down. No one has to touch the bottom seat to put it up.
Huh.
So I call it the marriage saver. There's no debate of it should be up. No, it should always be down. You know, it's the marriage saver.
Yeah. It should always be down, by the way.
Oh, yeah. It should. We learn. Yeah, that's our wisdom. We're not 22 years old anymore. So that is our wisdom. But
especially if you have dogs.
Oh, true. But that was where technology was just, and again, there was induction cooktops that you couldn't see where the cooking was, but it was on the countertop and you could literally put your pan on the countertop and cook and boil water on it, but you couldn't see where that was. So there's a lot of cool space age stuff like that where
that's cool until you forget it's on.
Yeah, but as long as you don't have a pan on there, you're good. But yeah, you're right. It's so good stuff. But technology all around was great. And of course, with our maximalism design out there, all the colors and textures, this is not the 50 shades of millennial gray. This is all color and texture. And so there's a lot of fun stuff out there. But definitely technology and using AI the right way to really help with design and function was cool. And speaking of that, Johnny, we could finally talk about what you and I have been talking about internally for a while, and you have been just jamming on for the last 6 months. And finally, it's to a point where we could bring it out. Let's talk about how you are changing with this design of this new product for builders, remodelers, contractors. It is going to change getting prices for homeowners all the way to how a contractor runs their business. And I think this is going to be a game changer out there for people that just want to get some numbers without having to have 4 hours of standing there in front of you for many projects.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a huge part of it is the time savings, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So what I've done over the last number of months and thousands of hours of sleepless nights with Monster and Jelly Beans.
Yep.
Is created a product called Instabid, which is a web app. So perfect example, right? Let's start with this. Literally looking through, I'm always following the Reddit subreddits on construction, contracting. Literally last night, guy posts on there, dude, I just cost myself $13,000 because I left out a labor figure on my spreadsheet. And I was like, dude,
pain.
No more spreadsheets, please.
No more spreadsheets.
No more nonsense. No more. So, I mean, look, man, I was a contractor for 30 years. You were witness to it.
Yep.
We went through a whole ton of garbage together and a bunch of horror stories and a lot of great times. Mm-hmm. But we've seen these struggles and we still hear these struggles on a daily basis with the people we're talking to. And literally, like, we're creating this to help, to like stop that pain, right? Like, dude, I lost so many jobs and cost myself so much money because I would procrastinate because I hated writing bids. I hated spending 4 hours running the numbers.
Right.
Then figuring out the wording for the scope of work and how do I explain to Mrs. Jones that, what scraping means before I prime their house to paint, having to put in, cleanup of debris when we're done. I hated it. I really didn't like it. This
and
does
then, Johnny, here's what happens. Here's what happens. You go do all that and she comes back and you tried to qualify her as best you could. Yeah. And she goes, you go, that's $60,000. And she goes, I thought it was going to be 12. Sorry.
Yep. That's exactly it. So, okay, as a contractor, here's what I know. I in the past spent thousands of dollars on different software, different estimating tools, that once I got them home, I realized, I need a college degree to figure out how to run this stupid thing. Like, absolute chaos, user interface horrible. I don't have the time or the patience to figure that stuff out. I'm a contractor, man. I build stuff. I need to be on the job working, not figuring out how accounting integrates with how much screws cost. Forget it. this application does it all for you. The whole point, and I made a point, that's why I've spent so much time building this thing, to make it very no touch, very automated, no thinking. You can install this thing in 5 minutes with 3 lines of an embed code on multiple platforms, no matter what your website's running on. You literally drop these couple of lines of code in there. You have an estimating tool on your website. You can fully brand it with all your colors and your logos and it looks just like your website.
Yep.
You can, all the prices are fully bold. There's a lot to cover and unpack here, and I'm trying to be brief about it. But so I've incorporated BLS labor rates, right? With multipliers according to region. We're covering over 800 zip codes. Regional material costs are considered, multipliers on those depending on where you're at. So, a roof in Texas is going to be what it should be in Texas. Roof in Seattle is going to be what it should be in Seattle. If it's not, you're not stuck with those prices, right? That was a big, big point for me. I'm like, no. This has to be editable for 2 reasons. One, if you got a brother-in-law that works at Pioneer Supply and can get 3-tab roofing for $24 a bundle instead of $48 a bundle at Home Depot,
right?
You can be competitive, right? You can go, well, I'll charge $35 and I'm going to beat the guy that has to pay $48.
Exactly.
Right? Or if it spits out $35 and you're like, no, man, I pay $48, you change it to $48. OSB pricing, right? Perfect example.
Every day that thing's changing.
It's changing weekly right now.
It's
so
$12 a sheet. It's $21 a sheet. Which one is it?
Right now it's $28 a sheet is what's in Instabid, right?
Yeah.
If it's 32 tomorrow, you go change it. That's all you got to do. It's one click. You go in the back end, you click, you change it to 32. Now everybody that gets a bid from you, right? It's $32. So, okay. So the estimate sheet's on there. We've got 8 trades, from plumbing to HVAC to electrical to painting to siding to roofing, and more coming. Tons more features coming. But the basics are, your client goes to your website. They give all the pertinent information. How many square foot is the roof? What's the pitch? What's the complexity factors? How many chimneys? How much ridge vent?
Absolutely. Hey, Johnny, let's run out to break because I want to dive deeper into this. And let's try not to break real quick. Let's pay the bills and let's come back and touch on this. It's going to be simple and it's going to give you those quotes. And you homeowners out there, you're going to be able to go, what's a roof cost? Bam. I already know my size. What's it going to cost? Now you're in the ballpark, which is cool. So, hey, if you want to find out more about this and other stuff, just reach out to us at aroundthehouseonline.com. We'll be right back after these important messages. Don't go anywhere because guess what? We're just getting started on this one.
Quick question. How long does it take you to put together a contractor estimate? If it's more than 5 minutes, you're probably losing jobs to whoever gets there first. We built Instabid after losing a $13,000 job because my quote was too slow. Now I generate a professional PDF estimate, real Home Depot pricing, real labor costs for your zip code in under 5 minutes. Painters, roofers, all the trades. Try it free at instabid.pro. Use code ATH50 for 50% off your first month. That's instabid.pro, code ATH50.
Hey guys, it's Eric G from Around the House, and I am thrilled to announce that our massive back catalog, nearly 1,900 episodes packed with home improvement tips, DIY hacks, and expert advice, is now available for free. Dive into years of inspiration to tackle on your next project. And just a heads up, some podcast players limit how far back you can go. So if you can't find it all, just head straight over to our website, aroundthehouseonline.com, and listen to every episode there. Don't miss out. Start binging today. And thanks for tuning in to Around the House. Welcome back to the Around the House show, your trusted source for everything about your home. John Dudley and I are sitting here talking about the new project we got here with Around the House, which is Instabid. And John, I think, you think about how contractors out there. I was just at the big kitchen and bath design and construction week, which is, the international building show. And there's all these people walking around trying to figure out how to do their business better. Contractors will go spend thousands of dollars a month on Angie's List, for example, right? So let's name one of these bid companies. Let's say it's Angie's List. It's one that everybody kind of knows from a homeowner or contractor what they're doing. Problem is that they're probably giving that quote to 5, 6, 7, 3 other people, depending on what system you got, what program you're in. So when a homeowner goes in there and says, I need a quote for a roof, it's the race to either who's the first one to get to Mrs. Smith that needs a roof, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that being said, like there's real numbers that say first responder wins 60 to 70% more bids or jobs than the people that wait 2 days, right? And that's in any business. Like you get a call, you respond in 15 minutes, odds of winning that bid, job, whatever it is, increase by 60 to 70%. That's just science. You can't argue with it.
Simple.
I will say this. I will say that as an experiment, I went to, Home Advisor. I went to a couple of these different sites, right? And asked for 5 different bids, from 5 different local contractors. Out of 20 something requests, I got 2 responses.
Yeah.
I got 2 responses.
Yeah.
Why? Because contractors don't like doing bids, dude. None of us did. This is done for you. It literally takes the information, gives the homeowner the bid. Instantly, they get a PDF. They get a payment button if they want to put a deposit. It integrates with your calendar. They can book the date they want to start. It'll block out the dates you're busy. You get all the client information stored in the back end. You've got an automatic built-in CRM, so you can follow up email sequences with it. It will store your historical data so you can adjust your pricing and see where you're losing or gaining money. See what your winners are, see what your losers are. And you talked about pricing a minute ago, and you look at some of these bigger players and they're charging, $10,000 a year, some of them,
Yeah.
And we're talking about $99 a month for one trade, $199 if you want all 8 trades, right?
Easy.
Like, and it's done for you. Like you're literally not touching anything. It's got all the adaptability and adjustability that you want, so you can make it fully yours, branding, pricing, and otherwise, or you can no touch and it's done for you. The emails go out automatically. PDFs go out automatically. You put your contract templates in there. The contracts go out automatically. They can digitally sign. They can pay through Stripe. It's all done, dude. Yeah. Meanwhile, you're out on the job making money. That's the idea.
See, now I got an idea here, Johnny. You've been trying to do this for good. I have one that maybe might be a little more nefarious.
Ooh, nefarious.
I think we need to come up with a version where people pay $200 and it gives out a bid out of a fake local company that is 5 times higher than what it should be for that spouse that doesn't want to do the remodel that the other spouse wants to pay for. And you go, hey, I got 3 bids and they're $42,000. I thought it was going to be 10, or I thought it was going to be 10. And you can kill that project.
You know what? That would work. And nefarious is the exact word for that. You're a devil. You could definitely find some subscribers for that.
Right? You just $2.99 and we'll fix that for you right now. We'll send you 3 bids. It'll be,
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, the long and the short of this thing is I've made a point to make it very plug and play. Like I said, it'll adapt to any platform you've got your website on. You get people showing up. The bids are done for you. Your instant response rate increases your odds of winning the job by 60 to 70%. For $99 a month, it's pretty much a no-brainer. Like, unless you really love, writing contracts and proposals
doing that
and scopes of work and all that stuff. On top of the fact, one other great feature in the back end in your dashboard, right? You've got estimate trackers. So then you click generate material list.
Boom.
It literally prints off, okay, you need 58 bundles of shingles. You need 100 lineal feet of drip edge. You need blah, blah, strips, prints. It gives you you can download the CSV. You can email it over to Home Depot. say, get my stuff ready, have it there Tuesday. My guys will be there at 7 a.m. to pick it up. And I'll tell you what, I love that feature because, dude, I used to count receipts and timesheets, and you know Dean and Zach. Those guys could never go to Home Depot separately and buy one 90-degree copper elbow, or you know what I mean? They're like, oh, we spent 3 hours in Home Depot. We had to go buy more, plumbing supplies. I'm like, dude, I'm not paying you guys, a total of $80 an hour to go shopping together and hold hands.
Time you go get the coffee, you grab a bite.
Dude. Yeah. No. So take all that out of the mix and add it to your savings on top of increased revenue, winning more bid. Like, this thing is a no-brainer, dude.
Johnny,
if I was a contractor, I'd buy this twice. And I'm not saying that because I built it, and I'm not saying it because I want to get rich. I'm saying it because I was a contractor that suffered for 30 years with this bull.
You're off your game. You're fired up.
But you watch a guy like that lose $13,000 because he's still doing it manually. And you're like, brother, I can fix that for you for $99 a month. Stop doing that. We're in a different age.
It's so true, brother. And here's the thing too, I saved one company. I was saving them tens of thousands of dollars a week because I went in and started helping them because I used to do that for kitchen and bath companies.
Yep,
and start working and go, oh, how do we fix this? Vern with Corey and I was a great one where we went in today. We're gonna fix this,
Yep.
And we went in and helped them with that. And I had a company here in my Portland area that I helped. And I noticed that their guys were losing 90 minutes a day going into Home Depot or Lowe's or the supply show on the way to the job site.
Yep.
Instead of
every
being there
day.
at 7:45 to work at 8, they were there at 9:45 and then had to leave. They were getting 5-hour work days in on a construction company. And that doesn't work.
Seriously, it was one of my biggest pet peeves. That's why I brought up Zach and Dean. And I would look at their receipts. I'm like, okay, you went to Home Depot 3 times today? Well, we forgot one 90-degree. But you both had to go.
Man.
No, it's great. Right? So that's where the materialist generator comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, yeah, maybe it only gets 80 or 90% of everything you're going to need. But you just saved at least 5 trips to Home Depot with probably 2 guys or the whole crew first thing in the morning, right?
Yep.
And you're paying for that. You're just throwing $100 away every day to let them go shop. Like it's crazy talk.
It's like they're going to the mall or something, Yeah, no.
And
it's super
it fixes
smart.
a lot.
I want to spin this around to the homeowners because this is where it is cool. Sometimes you just need to know what you want to budget, right?
Yep.
So you jump on here, you spend 5 minutes, you get the number, and you're like, all right, this is going to be $45,000 for this project.
Yeah.
All right. Plus or minus, we're in the ballpark.
Yep.
And then,
And you get that in 30 seconds. It's in your email, or you can print the PDF off right from there. You're not waiting 2 days for hopefully one of these guys calls me back. Like I said, I sent out over 20 requests and I got 2 emails back.
Yeah. I had that when I was doing trying to find somebody that would do that window glass on my house.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do windows. I'm like, oh man, if I'll pay extra for somebody to swap out glass. And I got 2 people out of like 10 call me back. And those guys were so high. I was like, I'm buying windows for half the price and I'm doing windows. But the guy that I had to do the estimate was the one that first called me back. Yeah. And I walked all the way up to the end and went, nah, it's not worth it.
I mean, I could talk about this thing all day, but let me just say, like, man, any contractors out there listening, and I actually have set up an ATH page, right? So you can go to instabid.pro, not .com, instabid.pro/ATH for around the house. We've got promo codes on there. You get a free 14-day trial. If you hate it, man, if nothing else, I just want some beta testers. I want some real contractors out there telling me, dude, this is great, except for I'd really like to see, like, I'll give you a month free just to get your feedback. Like, I want to make this the best we possibly can to help people out, And I think you brought something up earlier about, helping out businesses, helping out old time woodwork, things like that. Like, I mean, I think this is just the beginning of our what I hope to be kind of our, even if it's a minor move into doing some consulting with some of these contractors, because we genuinely care, because we lived it. You know what I mean? Not for any other reason other than like, man, I I like helping people. It's why I do. It's why I do what I do.
We're running out of time, Johnny, but here's the thing. You and I had people that helped us along the way, and now it's our time to be doing that same thing.
It totally is. And that's what we're here for, man. And I actually have set up an ATH page, right? So you can go to instabid.pro, instabid.pro, not .com, instabid.pro/ATH for Around the House.
It's been all right, Johnny. Man, this show went fast. Coming up in the next hour, we've got my conversation with Daltile, which is going to be a great one you don't want to miss.
Awesome.
To find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com and make sure you subscribe over there. Thanks for tuning into Around the House. We'll see you in the next hour.
Hey, it's Eric G with Around the House. Are you looking to grow your business? Need a spokesperson for your company? Maybe an MC for an upcoming trade show, or maybe you want to up your game and shoot some promotional videos. My team of experts would love to chat with you. Head to aroundthehouseonline.com and fill out the Contact Us form, and we'll set something up. Thanks for listening to Around the House.